Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Steven. It's M Target. We're here to talk about Dota 2. It's been a really stupid week.
Yeah. Yeah, it
And
has. I was gonna try and refute that, but no, it's just been a stupid week.
it's also been a really stupid weekend because for me, it's been UFC, Royal Rumble, E-League Major, Evo Japan, and NXT Takeover. And all of those
Plus, of course, ESL one Genting.
and ESL 1 Genting, which is obviously what we're here to talk about. And all of those have required varying amounts of my attention, and all of which have caused me to miss sleep.
Yeah,
So
I tried. I tried very hard to watch Evo Japan and Genting. I'm boycotting E-League Major because of Thorin and Richard Lewis. It's long-standing at this point, so I'm just not even gonna pretend to hide like who am I boycotting? Like it's obvious. But anyways, but yeah, I tried to, but also still trying to maintain somewhat of a sleep schedule made it hard for me to watch much of it. However, there was still plenty of bullshittery to be had.
yeah, that the bullshit cycle was 24/7 for this. So you didn't if even if you missed the games live, you still
got the bullshit live.
Yeah, you got the bullshit live. But let's talk about the results first, then let's talk about the bullshit second.
Yep.
So in terms of results, big win, I would say, for Newbie. They ended up taking first place over Team Liquid. Not only is it a huge accomplishment to actually beat Team Liquid in a a minor plus kind of event, since there were 400 DPC points on the line.
Minor plus. It really should have been a major, quite frankly, especially because like we'll get to that later. But yeah, no, it was a significant event for lots of reasons. But the fact that Newbie beat Liquid in 5, I fell asleep partway into game 2, but I did watch highlights this morning, and I mean, there were plenty of mistakes by both teams, but it was still a very, very good series.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, Liquid easily top 3. They're in that top 3 group with Virtus Pro, with Team Secret. They're one of the best in the world, and Newbie are right there with them. So these are two, in my opinion, 2 of the top 5 teams out there. So you're going to get good Dota regardless, and 5-game series. And not only that, but none of the games were really long. Because that's where you get the boring games, is when it's like 50 minutes, where the game is kind of won at like 25, and then you get an extra 20 of kind of just padding your lead before the death blow comes. And no,
they were both ones where it was really back and forth. So it was good. Or both teams had wins that were,
Yep. And 3rd and 4th place spots go to Team Secret and Evil Geniuses. And I don't think I really have to convince you that this was really, really important for Evil Geniuses.
It was huge for EG for a myriad of reasons. And the fact that they beat Virtus Pro. Now, on the one hand, they have a pretty good track record against Virtus Pro. On the other hand, Virtus Pro is still Virtus Pro. So, it's a big deal whenever really anybody except for maybe Liquid beats them. But, EG, there's been all of this shit, just all this shit talking, I should say, about them, and, they're awful, and they shouldn't be considered a tier 1 team anymore. And it's like, what are you talking about? They're top 16 in the DPC points right now. Like, that has to be worth something.
Top 8.
Top 8, excuse me. Although top 16, quite frankly, is tier 1.
They're top 16 too. They're top 32, top 50.
Well, yeah, but top 16, in my opinion, is tier 1. Top 8 is solidly tier 1. The bottom of top 16 is a little bit fuzzier. But anyways, I digress. So
they're still a very good team.
They're a very good team. They have been. Sure, they've had some rocky moments, but that's like saying that the Patriots had a bad season when they lost in the AFC championships, which hasn't happened in 4 years.
Which they didn't.
But no, point being is that that's the thing. Is that there are a lot of teams that would, maybe not kill, but would love to finish 3rd or 4th in a Dota Pro Circuit event. Whether for sure. It be a major or a minor. I
mean, I'm sure Navi, I'm sure TNC, I'm sure LGDFY, Mineski, all of them would love to trade spots. Complexity. But
BGJ Storm or Thunder, whichever one still exists.
Yeah, so this was the first EG actually Valve sanctioned event with their new lineup, which is Sans Universe plus Misery. They did participate in Galaxy Battles, which they did third place in, I believe.
Yeah, and Galaxy
Second
Battles,
place,
I did
excuse
watch
me.
some of that, and
Me too.
yeah, really quickly, if we want to talk about that, just because we're digressing here. One, yeah, sucks that Valve screwed the pooch on that. You know, people should have been out sooner about whether, or should have been talking sooner about and country entrance policies, whether or not the organizers were, quote, hiding the fact that players need to be drug tested to enter the country. It's the Philippines. Of course they have to be drug tested. But
Yeah,
I digress. The other issue is that I realized when Genting started was who the hell decided to have Galaxy Battles and Genting end and then start within 12 hours of each other.
Yeah.
Like, it's bad enough that they're two Dota events that are that close together, but the fact that they are both Dota Pro Circuit events, that you have teams participating in both of them, whoever at Valve approved this needs to get their head checked.
Yeah.
While they're at it, they probably should get fired, because I'm sure they're responsible for some of the other things we're going to talk about. But like right there, that's a problem. So
yeah, it is.
That's again another reason why I think that Genting quite possibly could have deserved a bump up to a major, at the very least for points, because of the Galaxy Battle stuff. But you know what? That's not my call.
Yeah. But anyway, Evil Geniuses, their first like scored event for the DPC with their new lineup. They dropped the Universe, they added Misery, and they looked pretty darn good. And ultimately, third place finish, cannot complain about that. And they needed that on multiple levels. They were in in my opinion, they were in danger of losing that top NA team spot to a complexity kind of team who has been looking pretty darn good. And they held on to it. And not only that, but afterwards, Sumail was popping off on Twitter, which is good because he was popping off about how EG is great rather than how everybody sucks. And that's all good stuff. That's all good stuff for EG. And yeah, if you're an EG fan, you have to like how this went, even if they did miss out on, the grand finals. I mean, really good for them on multiple levels. And after that was Team Secret. I mean, the fact we have Newbie winning over Liquid, not too surprising. It happens, but it's still not too surprising. Team Secret, third place. They ended up having to sub out one of their players due to illness. Fada was replaced by Ohio, the recently departed Fnatic player. And they still managed to get third place, so that's something.
So fun fact here. Ohio now has more DPC points than the entirety of Fnatic.
Which is something.
I mean, to be fair, it isn't a whole lot, but it's still hilarious.
It is hilarious.
And I'm happy to, say that according to Fada's Twitter, he's feeling much better now. It looks like he probably got dehydrated or ate something, that gave him food poisoning or something like that, just from the way that, he was in the hospital very quickly. And then it was kind of in, out, done, 24, 48 hour kind of deal.
Okay.
So, it's never good that somebody had to go to the hospital, but it's better that he went to the hospital and is out than,
still there.
Yeah. He's still going to be there, or we don't know if he's going to make it out of the hospital. Those are obviously much worse. So, hey, Fada, I don't remember if he split the points or if Ohio got the points or what.
I think that it went 15-15 between the two of them.
Yeah, I think that sounds correct. But either way, I mean, it's not like his spot on the roster is threatened.
No,
I mean, yes, it's open season, but
15 points is also a drop in the bucket for Secret at this point.
Very true. So, I think that Fada's, feeling good, all things considered. And he should be proud. He got his team to where they did, and his team did well in that series, even though they were playing with a sub that was like super last minute.
Yeah, no, I mean, Secret, this isn't the first time that they've had to play with a sub.
Yeah,
they played.
Well, a little bit the last.
Yeah, who did they have in China?
I knew you were going to ask me that. Hang on.
They had to substitute out. They had CTY.
Yeah.
At the Perfect World Masters. That's who I was thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's a really good team. Secret is really good, and the fact that they can have a fair level of success, even if it's not up to their peak, while they're playing with a sub, that speaks to how really good Secret really is. Like, I mean, I can't really spin it anything else. They're phenomenal.
Yeah, they really are. And I've not been a fan of Secret in the past for various reasons. I'm starting to respect the team. We're starting to respect the org again. So
yeah, I mean, this is they've had like a star-studded lineup every year pretty much, and this is probably like their least star-studded lineup,
which is a good thing in my opinion. They're
and
finally
it's real.
This is
probably the best iteration of Secret overall. And yeah, it's their least star-studded lineup. Like when you look at that original 2014 lineup with Kuroki, S4, and No Tail, like, come on.
Yeah. I mean, you got Ace, 100% a great player, but definitely not a star.
He's not a rock star kind of guy.
100% star. Fada, old star. Yapzor will be a star in the future, in my opinion. Yeah. And then Puppy's still hanging out on there. So, yeah, that's kind of where I stand on Secret.
Yeah,
definitely a solid team, and all those players will be pop star or will be rock stars by the end.
Yep. And as we mentioned, this was kind of a minor plus event. It had 400 DPC points on the line rather than the usual 300 for a minor. 200 of those points went to Newbie for the first place finish. 120 went to Liquid, and then 40 each for Team Secret and EG. And that doesn't really do much to the Dota Pro circuit. Obviously, it helps out Liquid in terms of, they jump up to second place over Virtus Pro now. They're still behind Team Secret, though, who have 4,260 on the season. Virtus Pro now kind of settling into that third place spot with the fact that they got a goose egg for this. New Beast takes a step over EG, which is important because they're starting to create some separation between them and the bottom half of the top 8. On the season, Newbie has 1,600 points, while fifth place EG has 885 points. So
yeah, the big gap there.
Yeah.
But then again, EG stepped down is another small but step none the least. Mineski 810, tied with Vici Gaming at 810.
Yeah.
OG at 630, and then a massive drop off to Fnatic at 390. And then Navi 315, and so on and so forth down the list. But
and also should note, Fnatic did jump up into now 9th place because of their acquisition of Universe.
Yep.
255 of the 390 points they have on the board are from Universe. So
yeah. Yep. That's what you get when you when Universe gets kicked, quite frankly. So and luckily, of course, for Evil Geniuses, they didn't lose too much because
ultimately
you have that remaining players aspect where you only need the top 3. Your top 3 players count towards it, and then your bottom 2 players, you don't have to worry about it as much. So it does provide you with the incentive to keep a core, but does allow you to rotate, which, speaking of which, we have entered the second free agent period of this Dota Pro Circuit season. However, kind of a load of bullshit that this is the last free agent period before TI. So whatever team that you are rocking at the end of this period is the team that you are expected to go to TI with.
Yeah, I'm honestly not too broken up about that fact.
I don't dislike it. It's just so much of a change from what Dota used to be. Even last season, that it's a little bit of an abrupt hit. I don't disagree with it in the macro picture, big, long term, whatever, cool. But right now it's like, wow, that's kind of a big jump.
Yeah, I mean, with regular traditional sports, the trade deadline is always pretty early on.
About halfway through the season.
Yeah, so, and obviously that's inconvenient, depending on the sport, there are ways to get around it, like with baseball and waivers.
and
But
free agency and in the NFL.
well, free agency is kind of different, but with baseball, you kind of can put somebody out there and let them get them, and then get something in exchange. But yeah,
I'm just thinking of that one. I forget which two teams were, but there were two teams that they had two players that went free agent and then swapped teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah. So I'm not opposed to them having a relatively early, end to the exchange period. Just because.
No, I mean, like I said, I don't disagree with it in the bigger picture, but it is kind of like a smack in the face of, whoa.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I still vividly remember the Team Secret EG trading with Universe and RTZ and Bulba and
then murdering open qualifiers and all that.
And then, yep. Poor everyone in Europe and North American Open qualifiers during that year.
I was rooting so hard against both teams, even though I was an EG fan at the time and still kind of am. I was rooting against them because it was like not hard, but there was a piece of me that was like, you know what? If you guys lose here, you deserve it.
I mean, it kind of has the feel of like, put Kyrie Irving on like a middle school basketball team.
Yeah, or even just put Kyrie Irving on like a G League team. Not even D League, just G, bottom of the barrel.
There is some satisfaction to watching Kyrie Irving just like slam dunks on a 14-year-old.
True.
But I mean, he that's not where they're supposed to be. But anyway,
I agree.
So that is the actual sports results for ESL 1 Genting.
And now it's time for politics.
Now it's time for the politics. So there's a lot of complaining about ESL 1 Genting in terms of it having a new broadcast deal with Facebook rather than the traditional broadcast deal with Twitch. The English and Portuguese streams were both made available through Facebook. Facebook Now, is that what it's called?
Facebook Watch.
Facebook Watch.
English, Portuguese, Polish, Spanish, Brazilian, Russian, and something else. Now, some of those were on Twitch, but those were all the official ESL partner broadcasts. Because, like with the Russian broadcast, it was RU Hub. But yes, some of them were on Facebook. English and Portuguese were the two main ones, but not all of them were. That were still official ESL partner broadcasts, and this is important, in my opinion, for what comes next.
Yeah. So they have their new deal, which involves streaming to Facebook, which, there are issues with because just in general, the Facebook live streaming setup isn't.
Are you there? I think I lost you. Steven, hello? Well, I'm going to assume that since it still says live, but I'm not seeing Steven, that I'm broadcasting and he's not. Steven, I'm going to ping him really quickly here. And so, again, as he was saying, Facebook purchased broadcast rights. Whether, however Facebook streaming went, and the website's not great. Clearly, ESL thought that selling all the rights to Dota events and Counter-Strike events was worth whatever the viewership loss may be. That said, ESL 1 does also have a website, live.esl-1.com. They didn't do a great job advertising it, but in all of their tweets, that's what they linked. They did not link Facebook. that's a pretty decent viewership platform, especially if you're not worried about chat. Because quite frankly, if you like chat on a stream that big, I'm going to think that you are either a ridiculous teenager or quite possibly a bigot, because that's really all that happens in there is chat spams and racist stuff. So, as I was saying, yeah, Facebook, not necessarily a great platform. Yeah, a lot of people were grumbling about it. But the big thing is that people were saying, why is there exclusivity? Guess what, idiot? Or why is there exclusivity now? Guess what, idiots? There was before. It was just on the platform that you liked. You know, Twitch had broadcasting rights, period. Okay, so, sorry, Steven's having some mic issues, it looks like. So, with that said, people saying, well, I want to watch on Twitch. I don't want to go to Facebook. You know, I don't want to go anywhere else. Like, I want to watch this on Twitch. I think. Okay, so people were like, well, I'm going to watch a restream of it. You know, I'm going to have somebody restream it straight. That obviously gets taken down because it's a full rebroadcast. But you have Admiral Bulldog, PPD, a couple other streamers start broadcasting it on their personal channels, which pisses some people off. And of course, day one, there was also the technical difficulties that they had with broadcasting it on Facebook, which is certainly a problem as well. I think hello? Oh, I heard you for a second, but then I lost you. Try switching to your headset mic and just using that. I know that it won't sound as good, but it's better than nothing. So with that said, again, you had the issue of rebroadcasting, and ESL doesn't like that. And so they reached out to Admiral Bulldog and PPD, and they stopped. But then the next day, you had, I forget who, some flavor of the month broadcast. You know, props to the guy for the hustle. You know, oh, hey, it's on Dota TV and
Test.
Valve.
Hi.
Hey, welcome back.
Awesome.
And so I'm just now getting to the guy that got cop DMCA'd. As I accidentally swallow a whole lozenge. So we had some streamer who, okay, cool, dude. You think that you interpreted the Valve statement to say that because you are not making any money off of it, whether or not he was, I wasn't there, you think that you can compete directly with their stream because you don't think you are. Cute. At the same time, Beyond the Summit, their Brazilian casters say, hey, we don't see a Portuguese stream, so we're going to stream it in Portuguese, which if there was not a Portuguese stream, they might have had a leg to stand on. However, Twitch had to take down both of those channels because ESL copyright struck them.
Yeah.
In both of those cases, as much as people were bitching, but there's no Portuguese stream. If you go to live.esl-1.com, there was a Portuguese stream on Facebook. So you didn't do your research. I don't give a damn. And the other guy, guess what, dude? You were competing. And as far as ESL1 interpreted the very first statement by Valve, which everyone said was incredibly vague, not even ambiguous. It was just vague.
Yeah. It was basically, we want you guys to figure this out amongst yourselves. I'm going to have to manually change the camera for when I'm talking, which is going to be really annoying.
Yeah, it sounds like it. But yeah, so you had that happen, and it said, cannot compete and cannot be monetized. Cannot compete, to me, says can't be broadcast at the same time, can't be broadcast in the same language, and can't be monetized means if you're a Twitch streamer and you're an affiliate or a partner, or if you're a Twitch streamer and you're trying to get partnered, quite frankly, you shouldn't be doing it at the same time. Period.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing for me is, one, every single stream that's taking place at the same time is going to be in direct competition with the official broadcast.
Especially whether it's on the same platform or not.
Yeah, for sure. And
even if it's only taking away 2 viewers, it's still technically taking away 2 viewers. And those add up. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And I mean, with that, you know, we've seen over the years now, or not over the years, but over the months with the DPC and that kind of stuff, we're going to get a few 100,000 people on at a time for any given minor or major event. That's we basically know what the kind of audience we're looking at is for a
100,000 minimum. Yeah. 100K. Yeah.
But it's not like an infinite audience.
True. No, it's a very finite.
This is a very finite audience. This is a very finite pool of people that are going to watch. And if you're doing a stream at the same time and you're funneling away a couple thousand people, that is in direct competition. And if you are an Admiral Bulldog and you're doing this for Alliance, because he is an Alliance affiliated streamer,
he's an Alliance owner. Remember that. He technically owns part of Alliance still.
That is true.
Not much, but he owns part of it. He's not one of the main two, but he was technically given ownership rights when whatever broke apart. I'm not going to go into those details.
When Twitch basically let them go. But anyway, so Grand Grant also same thing with EG. Like they are not streaming. They're not streaming for free.
Yeah, no, PPD streaming for Optic, that's not a free stream.
Yeah, that is not a free stream. Like, okay, this would be a little bit meta, or a little bit tangential, a little bit meta, but esports teams are media companies, basically.
100%. Like, not even basically. Every esports team that I know of that's not player-owned has, at this point, a media branch, if not a media ownership company. Optic Gaming technically operates under the umbrella of an entertainment company. I bring this up.
I think it was the Cloud9 owner that explicitly stated that we are a media company. It was in an interview with
Jack for Cloud9. Yeah,
Jack Etienne.
Yeah. I just give up on his last name.
Yeah, either way, multiple esports teams have basically said, yes, we are a media company. And when you are a media company, you don't put out media for free. And when you're not putting it out for free, it's functionally monetized, even if you're not making direct ad revenue off of YouTube / Twitch / whoever.
You're getting impressions, and that counts overall.
Yeah.
So again, you are in competition. Is our translation